Pineapple. Yes. Welcome. We got the Quicker Quinn.
Hello.
There it goes, and I'm the pineapple. Here we go, and this is something that too many of us
Have experienced.
do and experience.
Yes.
Unfortunately, probably on a daily basis. You know what it is?
I've been there.
It is like one of the things that kills the sexy time. It is one of the things that kills the love.
The romance.
It kills the romance. It kills
the connection.
It literally does the samurai. Ha! Ha!
Ow.
On the connection.
It's so loud. It hurts.
It turns people. It turns people from being a couple married into being roommates.
Oh,
you know what it is. It is arguing, right? It is arguing. So that's the question. That is the topic today. Is it worth it to argue? Right? Is it worth it to argue? And before we even get to the answer, Miss Quicker Quinn, what is arguing to you?
Anger.
Mm-hmm.
Projection of pains back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And an explosion.
So it sounds like fire.
Yeah, and guess what? No one is actually listening to each other.
There you go.
So there's no space to hear each other at all. You're just literally venting to each other, but not even listening to each other.
There goes.
It's venting without listening.
There goes.
Yeah, venting without listening.
It's the passion.
It's the opposite of love, right?
It's the passion without the sex. That's what it is. It is passion without the sex.
Yeah.
So that doesn't sound great, does it?
That doesn't sound great,
right?
And it's very exhausting. Takes up a lot of energy, even though you're releasing. But then, there's more fires being thrown across one another. So then nobody wins.
Right.
And then it's just exhausting.
And so that's the thing. Is it worth it to argue?
No.
Right. We like to suggest, perhaps.
I have learned the hard way.
Instead of arguing. Perhaps discuss. That
right?
is the key. That it's just another word.
Yes, and what
but
is
the actions
disgusting to you? I explained what arguing is to me. What is disgusting to you? What does that look like?
It requires something that is very difficult to do. It requires listening.
Oh.
Right? It requires having a safe space for someone to be able to voice a question, voice a concern, voice an issue, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna listen. Okay, yeah. You know why? Because I love you. Because I care for you.
Well, you have to say matters.
What you say matters. That's what.
Yes.
Right?
Completely different, right? Woo! They're almost opposite ends there.
Exactly. So for many out there I've spoken to, they say arguing is necessary. Yeah. You know what arguing did for my last relationship?
Oh, what did it do? Pineapple.
It made me be strong. Strong. And then I went, wee.
Ah.
You see? I'm in the mood. And then you hear somebody yell and you're like, ee.
So
you're like, oh, hey, honey, I'm so excited to see you too.
Oh, I see.
You go from being so fucking feeling good to instantly changing the mood.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what did arguing do in your previous relationships?
It created this.
What's
a
this?
lot of this because people. This is my heart.
Oh, yeah, broke out. Oh.
Because
it's like
when you're arguing, right? Oh shit! When you're arguing, no one is listening to each other, right? So then you feel unheard, and then somebody says something really mean.
Because they're triggered.
Yeah, because they're triggered, and then nothing gets resolved.
Yes.
Arguing does not get resolved, in my experience.
It doesn't.
It definitely killed the connection. It definitely killed the connection, and it fueled my depression. It fueled my loneliness.
Yeah. You were mentioning yesterday that, and I like to suggest, you would be in the mood and the partner wouldn't be in the mood. Would you say arguing, bickering, played a part in that?
Yes, totally.
Right?
Definitely.
For all you guys out there.
It severed it.
Right? For all you guys and ladies and gents and classy women out there.
Anyone.
Remember, the next time you want to argue, the next time you want to throw shade, throw hate to your significant other, remember, you used to kiss those lips. Right? You used to kiss those lips. You used to be. And now all you want to do is just stay away. You just want to throw the hate. Come on, man. Come on. So, is it worth it to argue? Hell, motherfucking no.
Yes.
Hell, motherfucking no. But discussing is.
It's definitely worth it.
You see, that's the thing. What does it take to be able to discuss?
I was just gonna go into that, right? It's not so easy peasy. Oh, let's just discuss, honey.
Yeah.
Discussion will lead to arguments if there's no space for one another. So this is something that we've been talking about a lot. How do you create space?
Real simple.
How do you create the space?
And what is it, Miss Quinn?
It's that thing that we've been talking about. It has 2 words: self-love.
There
to
goes.
prevent from heartbreak.
There
okay?
goes. You know, that reminds me of a pop star song by Selena Gomez.
Oh.
It is Can't Keep My Hands on Myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that a self-love song? Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, self-empowering. Yeah, it's kind of like a
we would
self.
like to say, if you don't know,
touching.
if you don't want to touch yourself, hey, you shouldn't even. I'll keep it there.
Yeah, let's just keep it there. Yes, okay. Well, that's another area.
So anyway,
But yes, self-love, because it helps you release all that negativity, right? All the things that you want to shout at someone, shout it to yourself. So that you at least get it out, so that you don't carry that into the discussion.
There goes.
And because how are you gonna listen if you have no space?
Yeah.
How are you gonna listen when you need to feel heard? So this is something that saved me and helped me so much. Is let me hear myself out first.
Exactly.
Before I say something that will trigger the other
Yeah,
person.
you were just mentioning that yesterday and the day before that, and every time before we see each other, you're always like, man, I audio recorded. I just audio recorded everything that I wanted to say. Just like that. You know, for many of us, we think it sounds so great up in our head, and then we say it, and we're like, oh man, I sound so stupid.
It helps you check yourself and process, and then maybe perhaps you realize it's you. Maybe they're not the problem.
Wait. You're telling me that I'm the wrong one? You're telling me that I fucked up? No, it can't be. Why?
What? Right?
I'm perfect.
Right? And if you're not open to growth, then perhaps that's why the arguments are there, because no one is growing their space somebody.
There goes.
No one's being the water, like we've mentioned a lot too, and especially in our courses, our self-love course, creating and becoming water.
There goes.
Especially when the
like
other
Bruce
side
Lee
is
said,
fire.
be like water.
Be like water.
Be like water.
Yeah.
Be like water.
All right. So, is it worth it to argue? In our experiences, no.
Hey, I like to say, if you want to keep having sexy time, you know, if you really want to keep getting that touch, and you know, without getting that connection,
keeping it alive,
then
close.
perhaps, don't argue.
Yes.
So
take it out with yourself, so you can have the room to discuss, have the space to discuss.
Bad pineapple. Bad. Always love from us to you.
Thanks
That's the
for
Quynhforthewin
listening. See you
on the
next
Pineapple.
time.
Stay magical, everyone.